Hey, what's going on? It's August 25th, day after Sophia's birthday.
Hello.
Behind the camera today, helping me do some filming on our hive inspections. We're just going to check all of the hives out. These two, our new split that we had. We're going to check out our top bar. I think we might do that later, we'll see. But we're just going to check them out, see how all their brood's doing, see if we can find the queens. See kind of where each hive is with its honey production. They should all be pretty full at this point. We haven't done anything other than our draw out of this one in like early July. So they're all full again. We should be getting some harvest, but we're kind of going to see where all the honey is. So I'm not going to really video the entire inspection. I'm just going to, when I get into the honey, I'll go there. When I get into the brood chamber, we'll jump back in. Because it's probably, I don't know, to get through all three hives and go through the whole thing, it's probably a good hour-long process. So we'll kind of hit the highlights and see what everything looks like, and we'll get started. I am definitely going to bring the smoker out today, try and keep these things calm while we're into them, especially with all three of them so close. Hopefully we can keep the bees calm today. So we'll get started. And so we're in the tops, Honey Super. This is the one with the 6 flow frames. I'm gonna try and check all of them out. I think these all might be full. They're still working on the one that's right in front of the window here. They are starting to cap the very top of it. So I think they're getting close on them, but it'll be fun to kind of pull one out and see what it looks like. So let's see if we can get one of these out of here real quick.
They really got it glued down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They definitely have this thing sealed up for sure.
Because we haven't checked on this all summer.
No? Oh yeah, that's full.
Oh, yeah. I can see it already.
Let me get it out. Alright, I'll bring this up to you. So this is basically, that is full. It's capped. They have just a tiny section at the bottom.
Wow.
So just down there in the middle, in the bottom in the middle, they still have
Yeah, like near here.
Right. Yep.
Wow.
So they've got
We're ready to harvest soon.
Pretty much ready to harvest. They are working on that one frame still, so that's going to be the one I want to check real quick while we have all this open. I mean, if we wanted to harvest that right now, we could, but I'd like to see if they can get that 6th frame full, and that way we can do a full harvest.
How long do you think? Hive. Like 3 weeks?
No, maybe a week. The funny thing is, this frame is completely capped and full, Soph, but you can see at the end window here that if you were just reading the end window, there you would think there's nothing. There's no honey in it. So that's a completely full frame, and they didn't use the cells out by the window. So
they're smart.
That's why I wanted to get in here and check them out, because they were trying to fake us out, I think, and now we know better. So
in about a week we're gonna harvest?
Yeah, probably. So I'm gonna get this other one out, check it, see where these other frames are, and I think we're definitely gonna be ready to harvest in a week. So when I get into the brood chamber, we'll jump back into the brood.
The one that my dad thought was pretty much empty is completely full like the other one. They're just faking us out again. So he's gonna pull that one out.
Out by the window, the one I've been monitoring, and on the back side they have it a little over halfway capped. The front side's still all nectar. They have just the top of it starting to get capped right now, so it's close. I think if we give them a week on this, that might be ready to harvest. I think if we harvested now, it might be a little early. There's quite a bit of nectar that the bees haven't cured in there yet.
But hey, in a week we can have a lot of honey.
Right, in a week hopefully we can do the entire hive. So I think we're close. We're just gonna give the bees a little bit more time. So
to get this Honey Super off, and apparently it is very, very hard to get off. Dang, they really have that on.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
How much do you think that weighs?
60 pounds.
Dang!
Yeah.
60
That
pounds?
thing is full.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a solid 60 pounds.
Dang.
All right.
Okay, we will see you when we... Oh, he's smoking it.
You filming, baby?
Yeah. Is that okay?
Cool, yeah.
Okay. They have a lot. They waxed up the ventilation on the honey super.
Yeah, and they have it glued down to the inside frames, which makes it a little tough to get off, but it's all right.
That makes
Got to
it
break a little bit of comb up, so they've got that kind of glued up, but no worries, no big deal. There's not too many bees on there, so I'm just going to set that aside. All right, brood chamber. So I'm basically just going to show you guys a couple frames after I get them out. If we find the queen, I'll show you that real quick, but I'm not going to film the entire inspection, so I will show some frames as soon as we get them out. So we got our 2 brood frames out. The queen's definitely slowing down, kind of gearing up for fall. She's still got some brood on this frame, and this is the second to outside frame, so I was hoping maybe we would start seeing some honey. And there is, I mean, there's some top honey by my hand here, but not enough for them to go into winter with. So.
And next season we might replace some of them because there's getting holes in there.
Yeah, they're getting kind of worn out, and she's running out of room to lay when they have holes like that. So we'll start replacing some of these. Let's get the outside frame out real quick and see if they might have a little bit more honey storage in that one. So I will show you that here in the day.
The one before that had a double comb on it.
A little bit of double cross comb.
But that's okay.
It's got a little bit more. Oh yeah, it's got a little more honey in it. So I'm not sure why she's still pulling drone comb. I don't know why she's making drones this late in the summer, but let's make sure real quick that she's not on here. Take a look at this side.
Oh dang, there is some
So no
capped
queen,
on there.
no brood on this frame. But yeah, I mean there's a quarter of the frame that's got honey on it, which is good for the bees. Yeah, that's kind of where it is. So we'll check the other side of this brood chamber. If I find the queen, I'll show her to you. All right, so this is still in that top box of the first hive. It's the second frame from the outside, and it is capped. I'm gonna stay out here in the sun.
Like
front,
everywhere.
Yeah, front to back, the entire frame, and it is super dark.
And another one in there, it had all brood on it.
Right, this is
It was
just
awesome.
dark amber colored honey. I mean, just dark. I've never seen it this dark.
But the one in the super was like super light.
It was.
That's weird.
So if we've got 3 or 4 frames like this, that's plenty of honey for them to take into winter, which means we can harvest the entire flow super. Because they need probably about 40 to 50 pounds of honey in the winter. And one of these frames can be 7 to 10 pounds of honey. So that's good. The one on the outside of this is probably completely capped also. So this hive definitely has enough honey to make it through the winter. So we'll keep going here and see if we can find that.
Now we are going to try to find the queen. So we checked in the second box and she wasn't there. So she should be in the bottom box. If she isn't, then we either didn't see her or we have a problem. So let's try to find the queen. We found the queen.
Found her. She looks to be doing good. She's a 2.5-year-old queen. She's right in the very top in the middle of the frame, Sophie. You see her?
Yep. Right there. She's a pretty old queen.
She looks like she's doing well, though. I mean,
But we found a frame, and it was a base frame, and there was nothing on
yeah, we
it.
had a foundation frame they're not using a lot, so that's the kind of stuff that we'll try and replace next spring, but not now. They're collecting their resources for wintertime, and we don't want to mess with them. So right now, we just want to see what everything looks like. This frame's got quite a bit of brood on it still, so she's still throwing quite a bit of brood out. So she's looking good though. Not a whole lot of honey in the bottom, which we wouldn't expect. There was, the outside frame had honey in it, which is good, but I think things are good, man. Brood looks good. I don't see any.
We found the queen.
Yeah, we found the queen, and the brood looks all good. I don't see any depressed brood cells or frames that look like they have any chalk brood or anything like that in them. So I think the hive's looking good. After our honey harvest, we'll definitely be doing some mite treatments and making sure that the bees are all set and ready
Ghost
to go
bees.
into winter. So yeah, well, we'll do either an alcohol wash. We might sugar test them. We'll see. So,
I want to do sugar tests. They're fun.
yeah, they are fun, huh? You like ghost bees?
Yeah.
All right.
And it gives them more honey.
Yeah.
Sugar. Honey.
Sugar. We're gonna
Yeah.
get this back into the hive, and I'll finish that inspection up. I think we might skip inspect. Well, we're gonna inspect the other hives, but we're not gonna get it on video. It's almost 90 degrees out.
And we're in these suits.
Yeah,
and
we're in our suits, and the phone's overheating, so we're just gonna.
Very, very hot.
It's very hot. So let's get the queen back in and finish this thing up.
Okay, so we are done with the hive, and my dad's buttoning it up right now.
Tell them how it went, sweetie.
It went good. So we found the queen. There's a lot of brood, and the honey super is at 80 pounds. So yeah, that's all good.
Yeah. Honey Super's definitely going to be ready to harvest next week. And I think they probably have enough honey to go into winter. They'll collect for 3 or 4 more weeks here anyway. So if we pull the Honey Supers off, they'll have to put that honey where they want to put it. So it'll be ready to go into the winter. So watch your hands there. She's still buzzing you.
Yep.
Looks good. I mean, we'll just get our honey next weekend and let the bees finish wrapping things up. So queen looks good. We'll see what happens next spring. She's going on her 3rd year, which is pushing it in Colorado with our winters. So we'll see kind of how that all goes.
What happens if it died? Do they make a new queen?
Yep, they'll have to make a new queen. They might split. They may take her out, make a new queen. We'll see kind of how it goes. So good inspection. We'll check out the rest and see what they look like. See, everyone, we'll film our honey harvest here in a week.